You're listening to a short form of Not So Live from Asteroid G. I'm your host, Mike Finkelstein, here with...
Mike the Ghoul, gonna talk some num-nums.
Between recording sessions, I went and got a little bit of Taco Bell. And although we've discussed fast food before on this cast, it's been a few years and a different host. So, Taco Bell is not a restaurant I would consider anywhere in my top favorites. I'm actually going for real Mexican. I want some like enchiladas or something else. Something that you just can't get. A baked dish that Taco Bell, not baking anything, can do. The closest they have is what? The enchilada, which is just sad.
Yeah, it's a thing. It exists.
It exists. But when you're out and about and you're like, oh man, I want like $15 worth of quick food that actually tastes good and doesn't feel greasy. I don't mind Taco Bell or something like that. I get a couple chicken tacos and plate of their nachos, and that's pretty good. And then I barely finish the nachos, and I feel good with that. But I don't know. There's this opinion that Taco Bell is shit food, and why other fast food restaurants don't get that same opinion is confusing to me. Like, is there really a quality difference between them and Arby's?
I don't think so. And, shout out to Taco Bell for still being, moderately priced.
Right? They're not
Considering some of the fast food options you go out nowadays. I mean, you used to be able to go to McDonald's and get, 25-cent, 35-cent burger, cheeseburger night. That doesn't exist anymore. It's $2.99 for a cheeseburger or something now. Well, Taco Bell, barely over $2 for a taco. Like, it's actually fairly good price, right?
Yeah, they've gone up in price, because like when I was a kid, the tacos were 80 cents, and people would like do comedy routines about how cheap it was to go to Taco Bell. Just pull the change out of your pocket and you have like a 5-course meal. That's not quite how it works now, but McDonald's by comparison, when they started their value menu, everything on the value menu was what, $2.99? It was some ridiculously cheap price, and you go there now. I get the 2 cheeseburger meal just for myself, and I've dropped $12. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Taco Bell's still cheap by comparison.
Yeah, and, shout out to Taco Bell again for giving us the legendary Doritos Locos Taco, which to this day is still quite good.
You can buy those shells in stores. Like, if you really felt the need to just be a Doritos Locos all the time, they got that shit on lock.
Yeah, it's a great thing. It's the partnership that has really transcended the franchise. It's pretty good. I like it. Who doesn't want Doritos? I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, and I like them. Like, I don't mind Arby's. I don't mind Wendy's, but I do mind McDonald's. But when I'm out and about and I'm looking for some decent quote unquote fast food, then like Taco Bell's usually on my list. I wish there was more options around where I'm at that were Taco Bell-ish. Like, I would be happy with, like, a Chipotle around here. I know it's Chipotle, but Chipotle. Or, like, Taco John's or a Del Taco or something else here as well. Get some flavor options going, because you can get tired of Taco Bell real quick. Like, I've had some. Now I'm good for, like, 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I like the options, like you said. Like, I've always been a fan of not Chipotle, the other one, Qdoba. I've always really liked Qdoba quite a bit. I felt like their food was like just a slightly ever more fresh than Chipotle, even though Chipotle does a good job. Del Taco, like you said, is another really good one. There's a little known one that might be is more East Coast based called Baja Fresh. That's really quite good as well. There's one not too far from here. I'm fortunate enough to have options of like all 5 or 6 of these things, all within about a 30-minute driving distance.
So good. I wish I had that. I do, because like there's something. So it's that rule, that law of the universe. You can never go wrong with a taco, and a burrito or some nachos or whatever. I actually do kind of like Qdoba as well, but I'm just far enough south right now that there are no Qdobas here, and like. You talk to people around here, and they go, what the hell's a Qdoba?
It's not a word that really, unless you know what it is, you're going to kind of familiarize yourself with it. I mean, is that like a clothing store? Do they sell shoes? Like, what is that? So.
Chipotle's decent, though. It's decent food. It's just, I wish there was more options. Because, like, if I go far enough out, all I get is a Chipotle or a Taco Bell, and those don't suit.
Yeah. Mexican food, there's really never a bad time for it, like you said. Taco Tuesdays are legendary, but so are Taco Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. They're just as good, and they taste just as good. And the taco, it's almost like a version of like the perfect transportable hamburger, I guess you could say. It really is street food, and and when done correctly and done well, it's really good. It's kind of hard to mess up a taco.
I have had a messed up taco. This was back when I was in college, and for some reason, Burger King felt like they should do tacos.
Oh God, I remember this.
Oh yeah, no, and so they put meat in the shell, and then they deep fried it all at once, and it was nasty, and I ate a lot of them.
Oh boy, yeah.
It was bad. It was really bad. I had way too many of them because there was a Burger King on campus, and it's like, this is terrible. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I should stop eating these. Crunch, crunch, crunch. But I didn't stop eating them. It was bad.
Yeah. There's been some imitators, but never duplicators when it comes to the taco fast food. Taco Bell's kind of got the market on that, and I think of Taco Bell like it reminds me of Demolition Man. Like all restaurants are now Taco Bell.
Yep.
So they transcended the wars of the food wars or whatever they call them. Maybe one day.
Well, now I want some more tacos.
Yeah, me too now.
This has been Not So Life from Asteroid G with a mini episode, now sponsored by Taco Bell. I'm your host, Mike Finkelstein.
And I'm Mike the Ghoul, gonna go get some ground beef and do my own stuff up. Let's go.
Delicious. We'll see you all very soon.